Could Canada join the European Union? Analyzing the possibilities. Imagine the European Union's flag flying over Canada, while Beethoven's Ode to Joy plays across North America. It may sound unusual, but in recent years, discussions about...
So let's turn to Canada because the new Prime Minister is expected to announce a snap election. He has been visiting the country's Governor General.
Okay, we begin in Washington, where President Donald Trump is uttering more threats against Canada and talking about who should run Canada.
America is not Canada. And Canada never, ever will be part of America in any way.
Canada potentially join the EU have gained momentum. But why would Canada consider such a move? And is it even possible? In this analysis, we will explore the economic and political implications of Canada's EU membership, its impact on the global balance of power, and how Canadians themselves perceive the idea. Could Canada become the 28th member of a European Union? Let's dive into the possibilities. Why would Canada want to join the EU? At first glance, the idea may seem far-fetched. Canada is a prosperous country with abundant natural resources and strong trade ties with the United States. However, Canada also shares deep historical and cultural connections with Europe. Its universal healthcare system, bilingualism, and ties to the British monarchy make it the most European-like country in North America. In recent years, tensions with Washington have prompted Canada to seek alternative trade and strategic partnerships. The European Union, as one of the world's largest economic blocs, presents an attractive option: access to the EU's single market. Favorable trade agreements and customs advantages make closer ties with Europe appealing for Ottawa. Canada's interest in strengthening its relationship with the EU is not without reason. Trade disputes, diplomatic tensions, and Arctic sovereignty issues with the U.S., particularly during Donald Trump's presidency, pushed Canada to look beyond its southern neighbor. The EU, with its economic stability and shared values, became a logical partner. The EU's interest in Canada. Canada's potential accession to the EU could be equally beneficial for Europe. After Brexit, the EU lost a major economic power in the form of the United Kingdom. Bringing Canada into the fold could reinvigorate transatlantic trade. Additionally, Canada's energy resources and advanced defense industry align with Europe's growing military ambitions. The EU has recently launched a €150 billion defense fund to encourage member states to invest in arms manufacturing. With its expertise in defense technology, Canada could strengthen Europe's security landscape. Canada's shifting foreign policy. The shift toward Europe is not just speculation. Canada's foreign policy has been evolving, especially under Prime Minister Mark Carney. His decision to visit Paris and London before Washington after taking office was widely seen as symbolic. During a speech in France, Carney stated that Canada is the most European country outside of Europe. While Canada remains a committed NATO member and actively supports European-backed missions in Ukraine, it is also seeking greater economic independence. Trade disputes with the U.S. and concerns over Washington's unpredictable policies have fueled discussions about diversifying Canada's partnerships. As Carney put it, we need to be able to make independent decisions in a multipolar world. The U.S. is not our only option. Challenges to Canada's EU membership. Despite growing interest in Canada-EU ties, major legal and geographical obstacles stand in the way. Article 49 of the Treaty on European Union states that only European countries can apply for membership. But what defines a European country? Historically, the EU has admitted nations based on cultural and political factors rather than strict geography. For example, Cyprus, despite being geographically in West Asia, became an EU member in 2004 due to its deep-rooted European heritage. Turkey has long been a candidate, as its history and political ties with Europe justify its association. Morocco, however, was denied membership in 1987 on the grounds that it was not a European nation. Canada's case is unique. While it shares strong historical and political ties with Europe, it does not meet the EU's traditional geographical definition. If Canada were to apply, it would require a legal reinterpretation of EU treaties, a highly complex and uncertain process. Do Canadians want to join the EU? Public opinion on this issue is divided. According to recent polls, 44% of Canadians believe the government should consider EU membership. 34% oppose the idea. 22% remain undecided. Support is particularly strong among young people and urban dwellers, who see the EU as a gateway to economic opportunities and share cultural values. However, skeptics argue that membership would threaten Canada's sovereignty and that the vast geographical distance between Canada and Europe makes integration impractical. Strategic and economic implications. Beyond trade and politics, deeper ties with Europe could provide Canada with new security advantages. The EU is undergoing a major shift in its defense strategy, aiming for greater autonomy from the United States. With NATO's future uncertain, European leaders are looking for new security partners. Canada, a major energy supplier, could also help Europe reduce its dependence on Russian fuel. However, infrastructure challenges remain. Canada lacks the necessary pipelines and ports to significantly increase energy exports to Europe. Joint investments and financial support from the EU could help overcome this hurdle. A new direction for Canada? In response to changing global dynamics, Canada has already begun diversifying its defense partnerships. Ottawa is exploring European fighter jet options, including Sweden Saab Gripen, while maintaining its existing F-35 deal with the U.S. Canada has also announced plans to purchase radar systems from Australia, indicating a broader shift in its defense procurement strategy. Prime Minister Carney's meetings with French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer suggest that Canada is actively seeking stronger defense and economic ties with Europe. While full EU membership remains unlikely under current rules, a new level of strategic cooperation seems inevitable. Conclusion: is Canada's EU membership possible? At present, Canada's geographical position remains a significant obstacle to EU membership. However, global power dynamics are shifting rapidly. What once seemed unthinkable, Canada joining the EU, is now a subject of serious debate among policymakers, analysts, and the public. Even if Canada does not officially become the 28th EU member, its growing alignment with Europe could reshape international alliances in the coming years. As the world adapts to new political realities, one thing is clear: Canada is looking beyond the shadow of the United States. But what do you think? Could Canada forge a new future with Europe, or will geography and politics make this dream impossible? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more insightful content. Thank you for watching.